What's up, guys? Hoarder here. We are out today at this incredible house that Doug got only like a day or two ago too, last minute. Yesterday. The house is absolutely fantastic, built in 3 parts. The left side built in 1790, the middle part 1832, the right part 1863. The front yard is probably the size of 9 football fields. Rich Van Winkle couldn't make it today, but it's me, Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, James Fond Doug, Lynn, our antiques expert, Musket Ball Matt, finally back after several months, and the homeowner's grandson, Augie the Augurator. We'll come up with a better nickname. But hopefully we're going to find some cool things. Back in the first dig. See you guys soon. Later. Well, Matt got the first find of the day. We're starting in the backyard. And this property is super cool. Each piece has a date stone from when it was made. Lynn saw the first one, 1790s. We'll go show it shortly. Matt called me, Doug, and he goes, I found a piece of clad, but I don't recognize it. No, I said, Matt, how much clad would you not recognize? There's quarter, nickel, dime. So I walked over, and it does look like a token. And it's thick too, Doug. It's quite thick. It's got the Liberty Bell on this side. And don't know on this side. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's got some good age to it. Yeah. Maybe like a 100-year, 200-year anniversary of the Liberty Bell.
Token of some sort. Yeah.
Let's brush it down and we'll see what we got there. Not a bad first dig from Matt, who's finally back after a very long hiatus.
Yeah, he was working on
his master's degree. Yeah. All right, there's Matt's token, and the property owner's mowing the lawn, so I apologize if it gets loud. This is the back. We cleaned it up, and I'm having a hard time reading it. On the left, it says Pro something Liberty Constitution. On the right, it says something about the land. The font's just too small. And of course, the Liberty Bell. We did clean up the front, and we're able to ID it. There is George Washington, and this is 150-year anniversary of the Liberty Bell, which would be the, what's the half anniversary called, Matt? There's like a bicentennial, what is it? Is that what it is, 150? Lynn thinks maybe sesquicentennial. The 150th anniversary would be 1937, I believe. It was made originally 1787, 150 years, if my math is right. But Matt, that's a super cool coin. I could see why you might have thought that was a Washington quarter, but the Liberty Bell on the back, nice piece there.
All right.
So great first find for you. And I'm gonna walk around, we'll get some shots of this house and hopefully find some cool stuff. Nice job.
All right, thanks.
All right, so here is the property we're hunting today. Now, if you can see the date stone over this right side of the house, 1790. This is the original part of the house right here. Then this middle section was added on later. The date stone for that is in the front, 1832. And then this left end was the 3rd edition. The date stone is behind that, which was 1863. So 3 different sections. We're gonna start off on this side of the house to try to get on that older stuff. And hopefully we're gonna find some incredible things. All right, Matt on his first day back already has 2 finds to our 0. So, but I guess he's making up for lost time, Lynn. Yep. What number was this one, Matt?
This was like a 40 on the legend.
A 40? And Matt got himself a little smokehouse padlock with the Mickey Mouse ears on it, which I love finding. And it even has the little lock plate cover. This would slide back and forth to keep the dust out of your keyhole and junk out of the keyhole. Now this might be all brass, I can't tell. It's not iron, I don't think, because it's kind of cleaned up well. There might even be writing on the face of it, Matt. Would you mind if I brushed it?
No, go ahead.
And I'm curious to see if it had a skeleton key, because there's a good chance this will swivel still. Usually it was just a brass pin. So if it is, it wouldn't have rusted over. I'm gonna give it a quick cleanup and we'll see what it might look like. All right, there's Musket Ball Matt's smokehouse padlock, and this is a beauty. Mostly all brass, other than the shackle, which is iron. That's why that looks globby. And we cleaned it up, and take a look at this side. This front plate, this dust cover, It says patent on it, and the middle looks like it might have a model number or something, 302, 303. And we cleaned it enough where, go ahead, Lynn, I'm going to hold it still. The dust plate is sliding again. You can see the keyhole underneath. It also says patent on both sides of the keyhole, but no year. But we all think this is probably late 1800s. And the keyhole is still sliding with just a brass pin, this little dust plate. So, Matt, that's a really...
around and that'll knock it right off.
No, it's good. They built things to last back then. No, this isn't like from Walmart, Doug.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece.
Find
Matt,
the key.
If you can find the key, that would be great, but that's a super find, Matt.
Find that key.
Yeah.
But one more find, you're in timeout, so make it a good one.
You can't go home until you find the key.
All right, Lynn, Matt's officially on timeout. He's got 3 finds. All I got is some aluminum lids. But Matt said he's got a Rosie.
Yep, oops.
And is it in the plug or in the hole?
It's in the hole. You can go down the gate.
Oh, I see it.
Did you get a Rosie?
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Now the homeowner's grandson, Augie, is with me. Augie, do you know what this is? It's a dime. But this dime is made out of all silver. Back before 1965, coins were made out of real good metals. And now they're made out of junky metals. This one is 1954, Matt?
Is it?
I think it's 1954. And on the back, it'll even tell us where it was made, Og. This one was made in Philadelphia. And it looks like you're down maybe about 4 or 5 inches, so.
It was down there.
Oh, was it deeper than that?
Yeah, it was.
I'm thinking that this ground is original,
there,
though,
yeah.
which is nice. Even the things I'm getting, which are trash, are old shaving cream tubes and stuff from the 40s. So it's original earth, which I was worried there might be fill dirt, and there's not. So that's a great one. I'll hand this around if Augie wants to check it out. Good? You just checked it? Just visually he wanted it. Doesn't want to touch that. Nice job, Matt.
Thanks.
All right, so I was helping little Augie get set up with a detector and a pinpointer, a shovel. He's out front now starting, so I come back over here and turns out Matt's Rosie was part of a spill. This is just my luck, Lynn.
You walk away.
I walk away. So where's the first one? Already in your pouch, Matt?
Yeah.
Are they all Rosies?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, his first day back, Doug, after 2 months.
Yeah.
Guy's got 3 silver coins, a token, and a padlock in what, 11 minutes?
Maybe that's all you need is a break.
Let's see. This one looks like it's 57. That's a nice Chevy, the 57 Chevy. Lynn, did you ever have one?
Yeah. No, but I know that with the fins, they had the fins.
Oh, that was a beautiful
Yeah.
one. Did you recheck the hole again, Matt?
Yeah, I did.
And a 53. So a 53, a 57, and he's got
54.
the 54 in his bag already. That is one heck of a start.
Nice.
Man, I can't believe it. The guy, he didn't remember how to turn his machine on. I had to go over it with him today. And the guy's popping silver coins out.
You know, it's like riding a bike.
Well, hey, great find, Matt. I'm going to turn my machine on and get some joining you. And maybe Augie will find some good stuff out front. Awesome.
Thanks.
All right, we are right off the side of the house here that is dated 1863. This is the addition. This is the newest part of the house, Lynn.
It is. And look, there's a piece of glass or something up above the date stone. Do you see?
Little, yeah, it looks like the bottom of a bottle or something.
Yeah.
Well, we're right off this side, and I had a Scream in 56 that I knew would be a little large. And I got this thing out, and my first impression was, oh, darn it. I got like an old horse ring or something. But look at this. When we flipped it over, it's got fancy on it. Let me pull it into the shade.
And color.
What color is it? See, I can't see the color.
It's got red on it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
I just see all those fancy marks. We think it might be the top of like an ashtray because of these little 4 grooves going around that would hold your cigarette. But I definitely see some Victorian type flowers going around it. I'm gonna brush it and move it out to the sun, Lynn, and check it out. But this could be something kind of cool.
Yeah, there's red and, well, once you brush it, maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to see, and I'm in this weird shade sun area. So let's clean it and move it, and you can tell me what colors I got. All right, there's the piece that we're calling an ashtray. And I hope the camera can pick up the ornateness of it, Lynn, because it looks best when it's slightly damp. Once it dries, you kind of lose it, and when it's soaking wet, you can't see it. So
It's drying quickly.
yeah, we're trying to like slightly dampen it, but There's a lot of color I could see popping through, and I don't know what color they are, but Lynn did.
It's pink and yellow, dark pink and a yellow.
I think something over here too, like a little strip right there.
That's pink.
Oh, that's pink. I didn't know if that
Yep.
was blue or not.
No
Definitely
blue.
an ashtray. What,
No blue.
what would you say that is, like style-wise?
It looks like 20s maybe.
Yeah, like an Art Deco-y kind of, or Nouveau?
It could be, yeah.
And it's really heavy too, Lynn. I mean, for its size,
So
nice
it's
and
probably
thick.
brass.
You want to feel how heavy it is?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, nice. So it's a good find. We'll put it in the bag and try to find some more, but at least it's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we're stepping away for a little bit to go over once again some of the upcoming events that Doug and I are going to be at. And a lot of these events still have tickets available, and we would love nothing more than to see you there. Not you, the guy behind you. But let's tell them where we're going to be, Dougie.
Okay.
Coming up next Saturday, September the 16th, we're going to be in Ashburnham, Massachusetts for Dirt Fishing Adventures 8.
Ooh.
Now, we were up there last year praying to get one of those pine tree shillings. We didn't get one last time, but this year it's at a 1700s Colonial farm. There's going to be chances for old buttons, chances for old coins, and a lot of chances for those old tree shillings. Hopefully this year
One
will
of
be
them
the
will
one.
be ours. Yep. Then the following Saturday, that'll be September 23rd. We will be joining the Deep Search Metal Detecting Club in Deal, New Jersey. It's right along the beach. It'll be a great time. We had a great time last year.
And Doug, you know, right up the street from Deal, New Jersey is Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Correct.
You know who's from Asbury Park?
Sure, the boss.
You know it.
Springsteen.
Born in the U.S. So I don't know if he's going to be there, but I wouldn't be surprised it's going to be a good one.
Yes.
Then the week after that, Doug, Saturday, September 30th, we'll be detecting on the beautiful white sand beaches of northern Chicago, on the heart of Lake Michigan at Chicago DigFest.
Yes.
Now, we have not been out and hunted in Chicago yet. One of them is going to be a 100-year silver hunt by itself. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to enjoy some of that deep dish pizza when we're done.
And I do understand they have tickets available. Please get them while you can. Then, Saturday, October 14th, the hunt memorializing Joe DeMarco. We will be at his location. We look forward to it. And again, invite as many as possible to join us.
Yeah, proceeds will go to Joe's family. Joe was an awesome dude, like you said, dealer, inventor, all-around good guy. So come on out for that Saturday, October 14th. Now, Doug, we got even more coming up. I don't want to go too far ahead in the future, but those are the immediate ones. And there's tickets available for each one of them. I know you want to come see Doug. He's got a kissing booth set up in the back. So coming out, I hope we see you guys there. All right, Dog Tag Doug in the front yard finally has something interesting.
Yeah.
When we were in the on the side, Augie and I got a piece of lead, Doug. We were playing the lead game of what
Yeah.
you can see in the lead. I thought that's what you had here.
No, that's definitely...
Yeah, we gave it a brush, and I can see a lot of filigree work, a lot of scroll. I think it's some sort of a pin or a brooch. Almost reminds me of that.
Victorian.
Reminds me of that hairpin that I found at that house a few weeks ago. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a giant. I don't know if you're gonna remember.
Yeah, I remember.
But let's give it a brush down, Doug, and maybe a spray down. I think it's gonna clean up nice, and we'll see what you got here.
All right.
All right, there's Dougie's piece. It's actually nicer than I thought it was gonna be. I love all the fancy scroll work. I don't even know if it was a pin for sure. Do you see where the pin would have attached?
That may have broken off.
I think
Maybe
there's
right
writing.
on that end.
There might be writing right there above my thumb, very
Really?
tiny. If Rich was here, we would know. None of us can read that, so I'm not even gonna try.
Well, you got the glasses.
That's too small. That's a really nice piece, Doug. I can't even, you know what it might be? Like, you know, on some of those old hats, Lynn, you'd have that piece up
Insignia,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
it could.
It's a cool piece though, Doug. We're gonna have to figure out later what it might be off of, but I'm glad you're finally on the board with something interesting.
Yep.
Well done.
Thing.
Yep. I'll take something interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, the only guy finding interesting things today, Doug. I don't know
Oh,
what.
wait a minute. I found that one interesting.
Yeah, that's true. You did find that brooch, and I got that ashtray.
Yeah.
But Matt has another cool token. It's the same size as that Liberty Belt token. I didn't clean this one yet.
And this,
Oh, there's
has
a
a
flag
flag
on
on
it. It's got to
so
be
I'm wondering
related, you
if they're
think?
related.
Like Americana or something
Yeah.
like that.
You think?
Well, I'm just going on my gut. It could be a Puerto Rican flag. I don't know yet. Matt, you mind if we brush it? I'm sure you don't. Right? Let's clean up and see what he's got here. The last one was
35?
150th anniversary of the
150.
Liberty Bell. Let's
Yeah.
see if this one's equally as cool.
Yeah.
All right, there's Matt's token. Lynn, Matt's kicking some butt with the cool tokens
I'll tell you
today.
what.
The top, it says boys clothing, and the bottom, Oak Hall. And it's got an awesome image of like a giant 5-story city block building that was probably the old clothing
Yeah,
warehouse.
I don't know what Oak Hall has to do with Wanamaker's, but evidently.
Well, I didn't get to the Wanamaker's part, so you just gave him a spoiler. On the back, or the front probably, you can see the American flag flapping in the wind. And like Lynn said, it does say Wanamaker. And the homeowner's son Luke thought he said it said Wanamaker and Sons.
I have trade cards that say that on it. And
Wanamaker and
they're like
Sons.
from the late 1800s.
I wouldn't be surprised. This could be the whole Wanamaker's building on, you know, maybe that's what they call this campus.
I don't get the Oak Hall thing, but
We're going to have to Google it and stuff. But it's a very impressive little image there. So, hey, good job, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
That was a nice one.
nice job.
Good catch. Well, it's been a slow day for me so far. I just keep getting aluminum scrap. I did just have this signal. Nice 43 signal. It's only about 2 or 3 inches deep. And I already got a look at it. It's a wheat penny. We're gonna see what the year is on this sucker, and maybe we'll go play a little game with Dougie. Looks like it's 1930. 1930. I'm gonna look up some birthdays and I'll play the celebrity dating game with Doug, and we'll have a little fun with it. What the heck? All right, Doug, the wheat penny I got was from 1930. I real quick did a search of famous people born in 1930. There was a boatload of them. And I don't want this to be 100 people, so I thought I would categorize it. So this is gonna be the tough guys of 1930. Only tough guys born in 1930. I got the list narrowed down to 5. You're gonna tell me who your favorite is and who you think the audience favorite is gonna be.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, Steve McQueen.
Oh.
Still,
Was he considered a tough guy,
he
though?
is to me, Doug, because I didn't know him that well.
Oh.
He's a tough guy.
I know him pretty well.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, he was in the Blob.
All right. Well, Steve McQueen, number
Steve
1.
McQueen, okay.
Number 2, George Steinbrenner. Tough guy. Nobody messed with him from the Yankees.
I would put him in the AH category.
I didn't want to have all movie stars. George Steinbrenner probably won't win, but I'm putting him in there.
Okay.
Number 3, Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Come on, now we're
you're
talking, right?
Tough guy.
Clint
right.
Eastwood, still alive today, too.
Yes, and still making movies.
First person in our list that's actually still alive.
Okay.
Number 4 is an odd one. I'm going to give you
So we're the first 2.
the entire crew of Apollo 11. All 3 were born in 1930, so this vote gets you all 3. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins. If you vote Apollo 11, you get all 3 guys going against Clint Eastwood, Steve McQueen.
I still think Clint Eastwood could beat
All 3 of them?
3 of them.
Well, I mean, they are
together.
tough guys. I mean, would you go to the moon? No oxygen?
No.
Right. And last but not least, Doug, Bond, James Bond,
Oh,
Sean Connery.
okay, the original.
So we've got quite a selection here, Doug. We got Steve McQueen, George Steinbrenner, Clint Eastwood, all 3 Apollo 11 astronauts, or Sean Connery. Who's your biggest tough guy of 1930?
I got to go with Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood!
Yes, absolutely.
I am also going with Clint Eastwood. But I have a feeling
That's because the others are lame.
Sean Connery's lame?
Oh, no, not Sean. No.
Yeah, so I think it's going to come down to Clint, Sean, and maybe the Apollo astronauts. But what do I know, Doug?
Yeah.
So Doug and I say Clint Eastwood. Put your guess down below. We might just pick another winner of everyone that participates. What
Yes,
do you think?
Put your guess, Clint Eastwood.
Coolest guy, coolest tough guy,
Yes.
born 1930.
Absolutely.
Let's get back to the action, Dougie.
All right.
All right, we broke off and did a little team challenge for half an hour. Doug and Matt against...
You stuck me with Matt.
I got Augie.
And you got all.
Augie's got a nice bounty hunter. Where is it? Right behind you.
Yeah.
We got about 80 cents or so. We
Way
just
to
had this
go,
good
Augie.
signal.
Good job, man.
And Augie was helping me pinpoint. We got this out. And I called Doug over because I was hoping for a dog tag. We call him Dog Tag Doug. And it's not, but Doug... Oh, you know what? I just saw something on the back too. Come here. Come behind me, Doug.
Yeah, it's got writing on it.
No. This side has initials on it. It
Yeah.
looks like ERW, which the homeowner here knows the people that own this house all the way back to 1790.
Right.
15 people, she said. But just now when I picked it up, on the back, I see at the bottom it says Sterling.
You're kidding.
Nope, can you see it
Huh?
down there?
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So we weren't sure if it was going to be Sterling or not, and I just noticed it when I picked it up the second time.
But with the script on it, it was at least important enough to
Oh, yeah.
have it engraved.
Wow.
No, I think it might have been on
here.
like a leather strap going through that hole at the top.
Let me give it a
It's too lightweight for horse.
let me give it a spray.
Okay, good light spray. There's no dirt on it really though. It's pretty smooth. I don't know if the spray's
And
gonna...
Augie just found this, right?
Well, I heard it. We dug it together. He's my pinpointer.
Okay.
So I said it's a team effort.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I wouldn't have found it without him, and he wouldn't have found it without me. That's how teamwork
okay.
works.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Look at that, Og.
Wow.
We're going to bring this up to your grandmom and see if she might know who the initials are, because she knows every single person
And
that lived
says
in this house.
right there, that says Sterling?
Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, awesome.
It says G, S, and H, and then Sterling at the bottom. So we're going to dry this up, put that in my towel, Og. We'll give it a good drying, and we're going to bring it up and see if your grandma
Awesome.
might know who that initials are. This could be the best find of the whole day. Come on, Wonder Twin Powers.
I think this is the winning team.
Good job. All right, we just went back to the car to get a drink, and young Augie ran around to the car and said, Doug said he's got a copper. So we all came over, and we're going to see if it's true he does have a copper. I do see a circle on top of this dirt bomb
It's green.
that looks small to
And
me.
it's green.
Yeah, it does look
If that's
small.
if that's a
Green on the
copper,
other side.
it's either going to be a half cent, a button,
No,
or...
it's a half. It's definitely half cent.
All right, let's see.
It's not a modern quarter.
Nope, definitely not a modern quarter. I agree.
Really green.
It feels very thin.
Which leads me to believe it's British. But
Oh my goodness. You know what? I was back at the car and I didn't grab the flashlight. I do see something, Doug, that looks like there could be a bust right there. I think it might be.
yeah,
We'll brush this very gently because if there is a face, there's not much of it left.
yeah,
But I think I see a nose there. Let's clean it up and see what you got. But you might be right. It just could be a half cent or maybe a farthing.
you want me to start?
All right, there's Dougie's coin, and we really need a lot of work. There's not much detail on this at all. I need the flashlight to even help with a little bit. And we can sort of see a bust facing towards this side. And I think it's either a King William III farthing, which would be late 1600s, or maybe a King George farthing, like the third, which would be like 1770s.
Somewhere in that range.
But there's just not enough detail to tell for sure. But I can definitely see his face. I can definitely see his hair, the back of his head, and the ponytail. Just not enough to distinguish between which king it was. Do you agree, Doug?
Yes.
And the back, if I flip it over, there's nothing. I
It's
mean,
really toasted.
now the homeowner's son, Luke, who was out here with us, he just had to leave. But he said that this yard was heavily fertilized for 40 years from a landscaper, which might account for, you know, how bad condition it is.
Right.
That fertilizer will just eat these coins up. But I think we're confident enough where we can make out at least what it might be. Some sort of a British farthing, whether it's 1600s or 1700s, we're not sure, but it's an old one, Doug.
Right.
Yeah.
So, hey, congratulations, man. I'm glad you're on the board with something wicked
Period.
cool, as
Yes.
they
Yes.
say in New England.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Man, for as old as this house was, and as huge as the yard was, we really struggled to find any signals at all. May have been hunted before, or maybe the ground was moved when it was landscaped over the years, but we did manage to eke out a few pretty cool things. Like Matt's super cool mini smokehouse padlock. That thing was all brass and even had the original dust plate that was still attached and movable. Then he got the 150-year anniversary of the Constitution token, 1787 to 1937, the sesquicentennial, as Lynn called it. The word's almost longer than the anniversary itself. Then I dug that cool artsy fartsy old ashtray topper. I did love the design work all around it, so I bet the entire piece would have been stunning. And then Matt again popped that late 1800s Wanamaker's department store token with the Wanamaker and Brown name printed on the front. It makes this an early token in this iconic store's history. And we did have a handful of silver and a couple of old coins too, like Matt's 3 silver Roosevelt dime spill, 1953, 54, and 57. It's the guy's first day back digging in like 2 months, and he popped them in the first 3 minutes. Then Doug had that sterling silver filigree pin piece, and even though in the field all of us missed the sterling mark clearly written on the back, it was still on there, and that piece was absolutely gorgeous. Then I had that sterling silver script initial piece. We think it may have been an old luggage tag with the opening at the top for a leather strap to go through. We're trying to trace it back to an original homeowner somewhere down the line, but so far no luck in that. And then Doug with not only one of the few coins on the day, but the oldest overall find of the day. A pretty beat up looking farthing that might be a William III going back to the 1600s, but worst case scenario, it's late 1700s, but time has not been kind to this sucker. Sometimes on paper, a house looks like it's going to be a grand slam, and you get out there and you bunt for a single, but we'll take it because it's an adventure each and every time, and that's the best thing about this hobby. And of course, if you guys want to go out and try to find some cool stuff in your area and you need some equipment, you can always shoot me an email, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. Just let me know where you live and what your budget is and what kind of ground you plan on swinging over. I'll help you pick out the best machine for your budget so you can get out and find some of the incredible things like we try to find every single week. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's the hobby of champions. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and I will see you on the next one. Later.